it. I just need to finish this really fast. No. I guess we'll wait. We'll wait for her. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to do another edition of Testing Amazon Makeup. And I am really excited because for the first time ever, an Amazon palette has been sent to me. And actually, this is one that has been in my cart for a while. I've kind of been sitting on it. But if you watched last week, I did the Kaleidoscope palette by UCANBE. And UCANBE, I guess, saw it or maybe saw something on Instagram that I posted. And they said, would you want to test out this Aromas palette? As I've said before, if a company ever reached out to me and sent me something for a review, I would always be honest with you guys, and I am going to be honest with you here and now. So if you want to see my demo, my review, my swatches, all of it, then stick around, we're about to get into it. As with most of the Amazon palettes, it does have a sleeve and it comes off to basically give you the palette that looks identical. This is a cruelty-free product that is made in the PRC, and I know that there's always a lot of questions about whether or not these palettes are cruelty-free, and I'm going to link a video that Luvs Reviews did, and it goes way in depth about cruelty-free because I am not an expert on that. This is what it looks like on the inside. It did come with one of those protective sheets. I just took it off right before I was filming, and it looks very similar to the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. It is a dupe. Is it exactly the same? No, but it's $12.99 versus $65. I did just get done playing with it, and these little palettes are really impressive, you guys. So when I said that the palette was sent to me, it was sort of sent to me. I purchased it on Amazon and then they refunded me the money through PayPal. And the reason why I'm explaining this to you is because I want to be able to share that when I ordered it, it was Prime and $12.99, and it shipped to me in 2 days, as always with Prime. Everything was intact, there was nothing broken, great condition, no fragrance. Yeah, so you're getting 18 shades in this palette. You're getting a combination of mattes and shimmers, these marble textured ones. There's 4 of them. Like, they look like they would be flaky almost, but they're more like marbled, right? And then they have like a micro glitter shimmer texture to them. Then you will have just like traditional shimmers, and then these 2 are glitters. Right off the bat, the formulas are really good. I mean, I was impressed. I've tried a lot of Amazon palettes at this point, and this was really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into swatches, and then I'll insert some clips of me doing my makeup with the palette and give you my final thoughts. All right, there are no names on this palette, so I'm going to do each color starting with this side. So this is my right, it's gonna be your left, over, down to the second row, and then this row, obviously, last. So here's the first little cream shade, which is basically the color of my skin. This is that first textured shade in the palette. It's like a gold to a pink. And then this is the peachy shade. And the pinky purpley shade. It definitely does build up. I feel like the swatch isn't doing it justice. Then this little brownish mauve shade. This is the next marbled color in the palette. It's like a cranberry. And then this is like a more muted mauve. This is the third marbled shade. This is like a rose, just like a true rose. Now here come the glitters. This is like a cranberry glitter, which is really pretty. You're gonna definitely wanna use a glitter glue or some sort of adhesive so that it'll stick to it, otherwise you're gonna make a mess. And then that's just like a more pale version. I think my vein made that swatch look like crap. Let me fix it. Yeah, my vein is right there, so the light is picking up on it and it looks really weird, but it's a pretty color, I promise. Then this is the last shade in that second row, And it is a true shimmer. There's no glitter in it, and dang, does that swatch really pretty. All right, so here is the first and second rose. I'm gonna go ahead and switch arms. This is that mustard shade. I don't know if I would call it mustard. It's like, I don't know how to describe that, but that one kind of comes off powdery. There's other ones that swatch way better. And this one is like a lilac. This is like a brownish rosy color. This is like a pale, warm rose, I think is how I would describe it. And then this is the final marbly textured shade in the palette. And the purple, I don't know how this is gonna swatch, but I loved applying this, yeah. The final little purple shade. I don't know if these last two were in focus, but that's what they look like. I don't know if you can see the flip that this textured color has, but it's really pretty. All right, so what do I wanna do? I'm gonna go in with this shade right here to start. I think this is a really pretty palette for the season, but I don't know that I would call it nude. Now we're gonna go in with this purpley color right here. Ooh, girl, she pigmented. This purple color is really pretty, really pretty. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm just gonna kind of blend out the edges here. Just like right on the outermost edge, I'm going to take this shade, switch my brush back, grab a little bit more of that purple, and just blend. Just to give it a little bit more dimension, and have a try at another shade, right? That's what we like to do in these videos. Kind of drag it too, like into the crease just a little. All right, so now I'm gonna try some of these marbled textured colors. I think I'm gonna use my finger, and I think I'm gonna have a go at this one right here. Just push her right. Ooh, that's real pink, but that's pretty. But it's like, ooh, that's really pretty. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, you guys. That's pretty. And that's got some pigment. Dang, I want to go in with this shade. I'm kind of curious about it. On my finger, it's looking kind of like a gold to pink shift. Oh wow, yeah, ooh. That's definitely coming off way more of like an iridescent pale pink than gold, but that's really pretty. I wasn't sure with those like big flakes when I would see these palettes and the Huda one online, what the colors would look like and how the formula would pay off. But man, they're not flaky. They're more of like a marbled formula, and then it's got a little bit of a micro glitter in there. All right, let me just quickly do basically the same thing on my under eye. I'm gonna go in with this bottom shade again that I use to buff everything out, but I'm gonna use that first just to go right under the lash line. I'm pretty blown away by the formula, given that it's like a much cheaper palette and a dupe of like a $65 palette. Oh, sorry, I just went in with this shade right here. This palette's like what, like $11.99? Maybe I'll put it on the screen. It's really like, it's going on really nicely. And while I don't have the new Nudes palette, I do have the Mauve Obsessions palette by Huda Beauty, and I don't know, guys. I don't know if I would drop the 65 bucks on the Huda Beauty new Nudes. These are fun. They're not gonna be a palette you necessarily reach for every day. I think if there's a high-end palette out there that's a little bit more wearable every day and you wanna spend $65 on it because you love it, or there's just a palette, who cares if it's wearable, but it's something that you're like, oh my God, I love it, have to have it, then fine, save up some money and get the palette you want. But if there's a palette that's kind of like, kind of cool, funky colors, you just want to give it a go, you're not really sure about it, I think this honestly is one of those. I think it's a trendy color palette, a trendy color story. I think this is the way to go, you guys. Now I'm gonna go in with this purpley shade, and I'm gonna do that right up under the lash line on the outer section here. And then I'm just gonna blend it all out. Now just on my finger, I'm gonna go first with this shade again, and then this shade, kind of from the middle part of my eye here with the pinkier of those shades. And then using my pinky, I'm gonna go into that goldy pink duochrome. I really like this color a lot. This shade is stunning. And now I'm just curious now, I wanna see what this one looks like. So I'm kind of just gonna pop it where those two meet right here. I don't know if that's really gonna show up. Okay, so it's kind of like a lighter, that's a really pretty color. Oh, I like that. I almost wish I'd used that one instead of that like cranberry pink. This is just a little bit more like muted. It almost like has more of like a lilac feel to it, but it's really pretty, all of it. I really am liking how this turned out. I'm gonna see about using this color right here as my liner. I like to do that when I am throwing a look together, and I'd like to know that this palette has something like that if I want it, and it does. That's pretty. It's like a rosy brown. All right, and just for fun, should I take the UCANBE Kaleidoscope palette and try like the purple highlighter in my inner corner? Maybe I'll pop one of these other shades over it if it's a little much, but I think it could be fun. Oh, that's kind of cool. So that does it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. You have to let me know in the comments section down below if you have tried any of these Amazon palettes and what you think. If you did like this video, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, please be sure to click that subscribe button while you're down there. Click the notification bell and turn all notifications on so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. You guys, this is my setup. Like, oh my God. Usually my camera on the tripod sits right there, but wow, this is what you call first class.